Antarctica is the most hostile place on Earth, colder than Mars, darker than the deep sea, and yet dozens of research bases operate here year-round. How do they survive months of darkness, hurricane-force winds, and total isolation? The answer lies in futuristic engineering, extreme science, and unshakable human resilience. Subscribe now, because only at the end will we reveal the most advanced polar base ever built and what secret experiments are happening beneath its icy surface. Why even build in Antarctica? At first glance, building a research station in Antarctica seems insane. Temperatures can drop to -89 degrees Celsius. Blizzards rage for days. There's no emergency rescue, no permanent population, and 6 months of darkness. So why do we even go there? The answer is simple. Antarctica is Earth's last untouched laboratory. It's the closest we have to a controlled environment, isolated, extreme, and pure. Scientists study everything from ancient ice cores to cosmic radiation, using the frozen continent as a giant time capsule. Antarctica plays a critical role in understanding climate change. The massive ice sheets contain over 90% of the world's fresh water. When they melt, sea levels rise. Studying their behavior tells us what could happen to coastlines and ecosystems worldwide. Glaciologists, meteorologists, and oceanographers use data from Antarctic bases to predict global climate trends. But it's not just about Earth. Astrophysicists flock to Antarctica because the dry, thin air offers a clear window into space. Bases like Concordia and South Pole Station are ideal for observing the cosmic microwave background, leftovers from the Big Bang. It's also where we test technologies for Mars and Moon missions, thanks to its remote Mars-like conditions. Then there's biodiversity. Despite the freezing environment, life thrives in hidden pockets, microbes under the ice, extremophile organisms, and complex food chains around ocean currents. Antarctica helps us understand how life can exist under the most brutal conditions, knowledge that could apply to exoplanets or icy moons like Europa. Another reason, geopolitics. Over 30 countries maintain a presence in Antarctica. Though military activity is banned, bases are a form of scientific diplomacy. They allow nations to stake a peaceful claim in the name of research and to monitor global environmental changes firsthand. And finally, there's the human challenge. Living in Antarctica pushes the limits of engineering, psychology, and logistics. Every supply crop, every communication, every life support system must function flawlessly. It's a proving ground for resilience, both technological and human. So we build in Antarctica not in spite of danger, but because of what we discover by surviving it. How Antarctic bases are built to survive. Surviving Antarctica isn't just a matter of staying warm. It's about engineering against Earth's most hostile conditions. Extreme wind, blistering cold, months of darkness, and snow that never stops falling. Modern Antarctic research stations are designed more like spaceships than buildings. Take the British Halley 6 station. It's built on hydraulic legs that can be lifted and moved, because if it stood still, it would be buried in drifting snow in just a few years. The German Neumayer 3 floats on ice, but is regularly raised to stay above snow accumulation. These bases are built with high-performance insulation panels, designed to trap every ounce of heat inside. Walls can be over half a meter thick, with triple glazed windows and internal pressure locks. Energy loss isn't just expensive here, it can be fatal. Foundation is key. Since the ice is always shifting, buildings are placed on skis, stilts, or even mobile platforms. Indian station Bharati was built from modular containers that were pre-assembled and shipped in, designed to be moved if needed. This mobility allows entire bases to adapt to crevices, ice drift, or changes in research focus. Power supply? Most stations rely on hybrid systems, wind turbines, solar panels during summer, diesel generators, and battery backups. Waste is compacted or stored and later removed. Nothing is left behind. Even urine is recycled into clean water at some stations. Inside, every centimeter counts. Rooms are compact but efficient, with airlocks, redundant heating systems, and closed-loop water treatment. Internet is limited. Some rely on satellite bursts a few times a day, but every station is equipped with advanced telemetry, weather radars, and emergency communication gear. Perhaps the most remarkable element, redundancy. Every critical system has a backup. and often a backup for a backup. Generators, heating units, life support systems, they're all built to operate 24/7 no matter what. In short, these bases aren't just buildings, they are life support machines, keeping small human crews alive in an environment that would otherwise kill them within hours. They reflect the absolute edge of climate engineering, survival design, and human adaptability. And with each new base, we're not just surviving the cold, we're learning how to thrive in it. Daily life inside the stations. Living in Antarctica is not just about surviving the cold, it's about surviving each other. Inside these high-tech outposts, small international teams live in total isolation for up to 12 months at a time. So what's daily life actually like? Most crews range from 6 to 20 people during winter, and up to 100 plus in summer months at major stations like McMurdo. Members typically include scientists, doctors, engineers, electricians, mechanics, cooks, and communication staff. Every person is cross-trained. In case of emergency, a chef might become a medic, or a glaciologist, a fire marshal. Routines are strict. The day begins with system checks: power, heat, water, air quality. Then it's research, maintenance, and environmental monitoring. Tasks are often repetitive, but discipline keeps everyone focused and stable. The living quarters are compact but surprisingly comfortable. Most bases feature personal sleeping cabins, a shared kitchen, and even entertainment rooms with board games, instruments, and workout gear. Some have saunas, mini libraries, and even greenhouses to grow fresh food and boost mental health. Food is pre-shipped once a year, freeze-dried, vacuum-sealed, and rationed precisely. Fresh fruits and vegetables, a rare treat flown in during the short summer window. Cooks are unsung heroes. Morale hinges on a warm, satisfying meal. Mental health is a major focus. With months of darkness, no privacy, and limited internet, it's easy to slip into depression. Crews undergo extensive psychological screening before arrival, and some bases have on-call psychiatrists via satellite link. Communication is limited. Most stations have slow satellite-based email. Calls home are short and often scheduled. Social media? Forget it. There's barely bandwidth for file uploads, let alone streaming. Recreation is essential. Teams celebrate holidays together, hold Antarctic film nights, costume parties, even mini Olympics in the snow. These traditions build trust, reduce stress, and fight isolation fatigue. The biggest challenge? The isolation itself. If something breaks, you fix it. The coolest bases on the coldest continent. Antarctica may be frozen and remote, but its research bases are architectural and engineering marvels. Here are some of the most fascinating, extreme, and innovative stations on the continent. Halley 6, UK. This is the first fully relocatable polar research station in the world. Perched on hydraulic legs with skis, Halley 6 can be towed to safer ground as the burnt ice shelf shifts. Its modular, futuristic blue and red design is as stunning as it is practical. It houses researchers year-round and plays a key role in ozone and atmospheric studies. Concordia, France and Italy. Nicknamed White Mars, Concordia is one of the most remote human outposts on Earth. Located 3,200 meters above sea level, it experiences months of total darkness and temperatures of -80 degrees Celsius. Scientists here study space medicine, psychology, and life in extreme isolation, making it a perfect analog for Mars missions. McMurdo Station, USA. McMurdo is a mini city, not just a base. With over 100 buildings, its own airfield, gym, church, and even bars, it can house over 1,200 people during summer. It serves as the main logistics hub for American missions and is a vibrant community of scientists, engineers, and support crews. Neumayer 3, Germany. Built on hydraulic platforms, this station is designed to rise above accumulating snow. It's a model of efficiency and sustainability, featuring renewable energy systems, waste treatment, and year-round climate research. It also monitors seismic activity and supports atmospheric science. Zhongshan Station, China. China's most advanced station is a key part of its Antarctic expansion strategy. It supports deep sea and glaciology studies and is fully connected to the Beidou satellite system for autonomous operations. Each of these stations is built with one goal: to survive and operate in a place where humans were never meant to live. They embody the cutting edge of design, endurance, and international cooperation. And together, they're pushing the limits of what's possible in science, engineering, and survival. What we're really learning from Antarctica. Antarctica may be cold and desolate, but it's teaching us more about the future than almost anywhere else on Earth. From climate science to space exploration, these frozen laboratories are unlocking discoveries that could reshape our world and others. 1. Climate change in real time. Antarctica's vast ice sheets hold clues to Earth's past and its future. By drilling ice cores, scientists can study bubbles of ancient air, revealing past carbon levels and temperature shifts over hundreds of thousands of years. It's here we first discovered the ozone hole. Today, stations like Neumayer 3 and Halley 6 are monitoring atmospheric chemistry, sea ice loss, and long-term climate trends. Number 2. Testing for Mars and the Moon. With its isolation, cold, and darkness, Antarctica is the best Earth-based analog for other planets. ESA and NASA use bases like Concordia to test life support systems, psychological endurance, and medical autonomy, essential for missions to Mars. Everything from growing plants in greenhouses to managing emergencies without help is tested here first. 3. Microbial extremes. Under the Antarctic ice, life still thrives in forms we barely understand. Microorganisms survive in subglacial lakes and under high UV radiation. These extremophiles help us understand the limits of life on Earth and where it might exist on icy moons like Europa or Enceladus. They also offer breakthroughs in medicine and biotechnology. Number 4. Global cooperation. Antarctica is a geopolitical miracle. Despite global conflicts, over 50 countries abide by the Antarctic Treaty, protecting the continent for peaceful research only. It's the only place on Earth where military activity, resource exploitation, and ownership claims are off limits. Scientists from rival nations live and work together daily, a model for international collaboration. Number 5. Human resilience. What we learn from people surviving months of darkness, extreme isolation, and no external support helps design systems for crisis response, disaster relief, and remote medicine. The psychological lessons alone are invaluable. The coldest place, the brightest future. Antarctica pushes humans and machines to their absolute limits. Yet we adapt, we innovate, we thrive. These frozen stations are more than just survival shelters. They're test beds for tomorrow's technology, diplomacy, and resilience. From the depths of ancient ice to the dreams of Mars, Antarctica is silently shaping our future. And maybe the harshest place on Earth is where humanity proves its strongest. Subscribe now, because the next frontier isn't space. It's how we live, together, in the planet's most unforgiving places. Would you survive Antarctica? Now you've seen what it takes to survive the coldest place on Earth. But could you do it? No sun, no help, no way out. Let us know in the comments. Would you spend 12 months in total isolation to push science forward? Hit that subscribe button, because next time we go even deeper, to a base built under the Antarctic ice sheet, where no one enters or leaves for a full year.